Now, I do not know how this reading is going to go, but those who had chosen Aventurine, some of them were definitely needing to hear this video too. So your messages are going to have some deep stuff, I have a feeling. And I'm using you are the Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. I love the graphics on these. Like when I'm creating my first ever Oracle deck, and I'm excited. Like this is like my inspiration. I love doing graphic design work, so I could spend hours doing that. So I mean, this deck is just beautiful. So again, Desert Rose is about taking a step back, reflecting, seeing the bigger picture before you make any decisions so that you are sure to be staying in alignment with who you are. Because if you were drawn to the Desert Rose, it could also mean that you haven't yet reached your fullest potential. Some of you out there might not really feel like you're living a fulfilled life. And so this reading, I think, I don't know yet. We'll see what the cards say, but really figuring out what it is that's holding you back and perhaps give you some inspiration or trigger some visions or ideas you need to write out. Really, you want to write it out by hand. I know a lot of you think that your handwriting is horrible and that you can't read it, legibility. It's only you that needs to read it, but writing versus typing is a huge, versus typing on a computer versus typing on a text. There's benefits. It's quicker. Sometimes our mind thinks faster, but sometimes your mind needs to slow down. And with this Desert Rose, I really feel like you're being called to write out something. But let's see what might be blocking you from feeling more fulfilled. Yep, I'm telling you. It's definitely about releasing for some of you, for certain. Well, you got 2 more cards. Oh my God, you got the reaffirmation of no. Wait, pause, say no, postpone. So, okay, if you were drawn to at the bottom of your deck was the word play. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So you need to have a little lightheartedness to your life right now. You might be a little too rigid. A little too controlling, by the way. Like just telling Spirit that you need help and then not trusting Spirit's going to help you and not really trusting and giving all of those worries and fears away. It's like your mind's still going. You got to be able to enjoy the present moment and allow space for creative expression. Allow yourself the space to move your body if that's what it's feeling called to do. Listen to music if that's what it wants to do. Sit in stillness. Listen to a guided meditation on YouTube or my favorite app, Insight Timer. That is an amazing app. Yes. But let me get back to the other cards that came. Okay. So we have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being and integrating, getting grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect to nature. Some of you, like I said, we have the pause here. There's also a light of lightning, which I relate to power. Oh, wow. Okay. And then we have share your voice here, which is come out of the cave, persecution and expression. All right. For those of you that are new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to this video. Click the bell so you can receive notifications when I upload more content. And believe me, there's going to be a whole lot of content coming in 2020. I have set the intention to not only be more consistent, but it is integrating both my psychoeducational background with wellness, mental health wellness, and a faith-based approach, which is why I love to use oracle cards. I look at them like I would look at a daily meditation in a Bible. Same thing. It's messages that we need to hear and that we can focus on, because you all know we can be so out there on, we have all these things to do. Let's just bring in our focus on one thing. When I speak out to some of this stuff, if something clicks to you and it's aha, write it down. Pause the video, write it down. If you're driving, wait till later, save the video so you can watch it later and then re-find it. Okay, remember how I said that the Desert Rose is about reflection and taking a step back, taking a stock of what your life has right now, and if it's not where you want it to be, focusing more on what you want to bring forth, as well as there's going to be a need to let go of something. I feel I'm getting this message that some of you are not happy in some area of your life. Maybe it's in the home environment. Maybe it's in some of your particular relationships where you're becoming more reactive. And if you're not boiling over and like having a verbal tantrum and lashing out on somebody, it's boiling. It's boiling because you're raising your vibration, and some things in your life, people included, that are getting a lot of your energy right now are really starting to bother you because you're changing, you're elevating your consciousness, and they are not at that same level. And you need to spend more time in nature, grounding yourself, connecting to more people that are like-minded. It might be a spiritual community, might be metaphysical community, maybe it's going to a Reiki share. You've got to spend time in nature, because I feel like you don't know what's going on inside of you sometimes. Like, you're hot, you're cold. You've got to come to this place of detachment from whatever is going on in your life so that you can just observe, take the time to create that peace, that inner peace through connecting with spirit. Because things aren't working anymore like they were, and you're ready to make changes. But there's all these things and questions that you have, and that's why you're being asked through the Desert Rose to step back and not make a quick decision. It says wait, pause, say no. So wherever you find yourself overwhelmed or reactive, even if it's in your head and someone calls you and you're like, oh my God, this person again, they're calling me again. That's a sign for you to say, I'm not going to answer the phone right now. My energy field, I can't handle it right now. I need to calm down. Some of you need to say no more. If you're yes people, you've got to start making small steps towards saying no. And that no doesn't have to say, no, I don't really feel like it. It's, that sounds good, but let me check with my schedule and see if I can really make the time for that right now. I've got a lot of other things going on. It's setting boundaries for yourself. It's setting boundaries for yourself so that you don't overcommit yourself. Because what happens when we overcommit ourselves, we do not fully show up in each of those things we committed to. Or we end up being a disservice to one of them. Because if we are so, let's say we had 3 things we had to do on a Saturday, and your daughter asked you to do one thing. If you knew you had those 3 things, and you knew you really didn't want to say yes to your daughter, what might end up happening when you do say yes is that you end up being late for your daughter and ticking her off, pissing her off, and then you get ticked off because how dare you not appreciate what I've done, when really you're mad at yourself because you don't want to do it in the first place. It's stuff like that. That you don't want to get into the habit of. Also, for some of you, what this pause, say no card could mean, because the next one is share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. I think some of you need to take that pause so that you can figure out what it is that bothers you. Take the time to write out in your journal the situation that triggered the anger or the 1,000 tears, so that you can speak with I feel, and you're not attacking somebody, and you're very able to clearly communicate what it is you need to say. And for those of you that are creative entrepreneurs or have been desiring to write a blog or share more writing posts in your life, get out there more, how can you integrate who you are in the world? If it's a solo project that you want to start, make the time to pause. You don't need to rush into it. I know you see a lot of people on your news feed doing what that you want to do, but your timing is perfect. That's what this grounding is in here for, is to help you just take things slow. Let me pull your chakra card. See what other things I get. Some of you in the healing field need to save your space more. You need to sage more, do a meditation that like really surrounds you with guiding, protecting light. Other people's energy can really knock you off your feet. And whoever in here feels like a victim, I hate to be so forward, but I am a Sagittarius, but there could be some victimizing going on in your own head. Like you're taking these circumstances as they are, and this is how it has to be, without really seeing that power that's inside of you to step forward. Just pause. That pause. I just wrote a intuitive reading for love, and haven't posted it yet, but it talks about that pause being a place to really see that we actually have more power in a situation that we give ourselves credit for. So also look at Facebook, Soulstice Revival. I think that might be where I end up posting that particular reading for the love. But anyway, here we go with the root chakra card for any last messages. Yeah. You have orange. Perseverance. Hold on. I don't know. These readings seem to there's a lot of themes going on in both of these readings. So I have a feeling, I don't know. Perseverance. Not only is this about determination. What? Yeah, okay, see, because Amazonite was about determination. So you might want to see Amazonite's video too. This might just be for everybody right now. Little bits from different ones. Take what applies. Leave the rest. What intuitively comes to you, I want you to know, is probably something for you to look at with whatever I'm saying. Here we go with her despondence, which really connects me to the power. She doesn't see the power. She gives up before what occurs happens, the miracle. She quits before the miracle happens because her self-worth, her self-doubt overpowers her fear, overpowers her strength. She does not see that strength. And that's why you're really being asked to just ground yourself into who you are. You understand that you're raising yourself to a new vibration where time is fluid. We don't have to rush everything. We live in an environment, in a society where it's about productivity, that you almost forget why you do things in the first place. We got to pause. You know, it's not the end of the world if I don't respond to that email. It's not the end of the world if I don't get that yes right this second. That yes is giving me courage to face the next one. Because now, thank you for that no. Because now I know what it feels like to have a no, so that when I go to the next person, if it's a no, I've got that down. Because eventually I'm trusting that there's going to be that yes. Here's the other thing, this self-worth. When it comes to the awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being and integrating, and remember I talked about that boiling over and lashing out. This is a card of emotional insecurities. The sacral chakra is about overdoing things, could be addictive behaviors that may have come up in the aventurine one too. But okay, so are you drinking too much, smoking too much, addicting? No, attaching yourself to certain beliefs that just keep you going back and forth in this self-destructive behavior pattern. There's something that's got to be released here. You've got to release the fears. You've got to release the doubts. You've got to release the impatience with yourself that's telling you to keep go, 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 and you're all scattered and not feeling like you're really grounded. So you spend time in nature so that you can find that sense of security, the safety. When I'm done reading today in my lives, I'm probably going to spend time at the local park just to get out for a little bit. Because something out, your truth wants to come out. Your truth needs to come out, but right now it's coming out in ways that offend people, disrespect people, or beating around the bush where you're not saying what you need to say. So you've got to really find that security within yourself of, why do I feel this way about myself? Why do I feel like I am unworthy of what it is I want or what I'm asking for if it's in a relationship? Spend that pause. Figure out what it is that really bothers you. Look up the feelings wheel if some of you have a hard time expressing your emotions. I have this one client who every time that we work together, she describes it as, oh, that it's annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying. So I have to give her the feelings wheel and say, how does it feel? I know you say it's annoying, but let's find some other word to describe what it is. Well, I'm a little hurt, I'm a little irritated, kind of feel a little insignificant, the feelings wheel. Look it up. Use it for your journaling if you're really trying to connect more with your intuition and more with your heart. Because if you feel like your stomach or your sacral chakra area, solar plexus, any of that is a knot, it's telling you that there's an emotional dysregulation, lack of feeling like you're empowered, and you've got to feel more empowered in your life. So I hope these messages resonate for you guys. Definitely let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to the video, click the bell so you get the notifications, and look forward to more meditations, journaling exercises, intuitive readings like I always do, and a little other stuff too for holistic healing, mind, body, spirit. So have a wonderful day.